while I'm not happy with the decision to increase class size, I also recognize their budget is not adequately funded to do what they need to do. This was set in motion last year when the council chose the lower tax rate increase that was actually so low that it didn't actually fully fund the school budget. So $33 million was left out there with the direction from the council to fund it using federal funds, knowing that the federal funds are going to be gone this year. And so that budget comes back with those staff positions and everything, and there's no underlying source of funding to help pay for that $33 million. And you'd have to take that $33 million, add inflation and other costs and blueprint obligations, and it's kind of easy to see, how this budget grew. We were pretty close to dealing with what the public schools sent over the first time, but in the process of going forward, the school system said that they had a $22 million shortfall in the current year's healthcare benefits fund, and that they anticipated the same amount going forward. And that was not part of our initial budget planning. Our suggestion was to do what's allowed in the school system, which is to use the OPEB funds, the Employee Benefit Trust funds, and rather than contributing to the trust fund the full amount, that we would actually contribute a lesser amount and pay the current healthcare costs. And that's something that's actually allowed by the fund rules. The council chose not to do that, and it's created, a greater funding problem for the school system. But the problem is actually bigger than even what we thought, I'd say a month ago or 2 weeks ago. The school system has told us they're anticipating that the current year, the deficit could be as much as $50 million, not $22 million. And this is due to rising healthcare costs. And I know there's a lot of anger and frustration with some aspects of MCPS. I've been frustrated by any number of things, and I do think, myself and the council, as well as pretty much every local government in the state, has called for more accountability and transparency on the part of school systems. But this healthcare problem has nothing to do with either of those things. They hire an actuary. Their actuary gives them estimates of what the healthcare costs are going to be. They budget accordingly, and their actuaries have been seriously wrong. And that has led to a large unfunded balance, and those funds, those healthcare costs are going to be paid. And I just had a conversation with some folks in the school system about the need this year to have a real serious discussion about how they're going to deal with this and how we collectively are going to deal with this going forward. I've got to say that we cannot put ourselves in a position where rising healthcare costs result in the county reducing funding for schools or increasing class size because we're not willing to deal with the costs. It's not realistic and it's not right.